Not surprisingly, there's been a lot of focus on electric vehicles this year. Rivian is the latest one to come to the market, a great IPO. So is it set to be the next Tesla in terms of the stock performance? Hello, I'm David Jones from Capital.com, and I thought this time round, let's take a look at Rivian. They've only just come to the market, but are they set to be the next Tesla in terms of their stock price performance? We don't exactly have a lot of data to go on, but I thought it would be interesting just to talk through what we do know about Rivian and then have a quick look at the charts at their performance so far. So as usual in this video, I'll talk through some of the numbers, some of the levels to watch for what it's worth. Then we'll jump onto the platform and take a look at things in a bit more detail. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, if you could click on subscribe, it does help support the channel and it means we can continue to push out lots of different content on the various markets that we cover. Right, let's get into it and take a look at Rivian Automotive in a bit more detail. So what does the company do? It is a US electric vehicle company founded back in 2009 and focusing on building SUVs, sport utility vehicles, and a pickup. In March of this year, it announced plans to build out a public charging infrastructure, similar to what we have with Tesla superchargers. So again, it sees the benefit there in trying to make charging as easy as possible for its potential customers. So it only came to the market on the 10th of November. The IPO price was set at $78. First day of trading, it closed at $100. At the moment, it's trading around $148, which gives it a market cap, so a valuation of around $130 billion, which makes it the third largest car manufacturer in the world, second only to Tesla, of course, and Toyota. So $130 billion valuation at the moment for Rivian. In terms of interesting shareholders, Amazon, for example, at the end of October, declared it had around a 20% stake in Rivian, and it has ordered 100,000 of its electric vans. And so producing these vans is, I think, the priority at the moment for the EV company. But like many new companies, particularly in the EV space, it has yet to make a profit. In the first half of this year, it lost nearly $1 billion, and it expects a quarterly loss for the latest quarter of just over $1 billion. But of course, as we've seen with, Tesla is the great example. The share price doesn't really have a lot to do with how profitable the company is at this stage. It's more of a bet on the future potential. It hasn't actually delivered that many cars so far, many vehicles, and the vehicles that it has delivered have been mainly to Rivian employees. So we have seen some roll off the production line, but they haven't gone out to the wider public. So the question is, I think for everybody, is Rivian going to be the next Tesla? It's still got a long way to go. For example, if you look at manufacturing plants, it doesn't have any plants at the moment outside of the US. The largest EV market at the moment, electric vehicles, is in China. How will it be allowed to expand there? There is a question mark over that, but there's no doubting the excitement and enthusiasm it's been received by investors so far. We'll have a quick look at the charts in a second. Let me just talk about some of the levels to watch. Clearly we only have a few days worth of data, but on the upside, the obvious hurdle at the time of recording is the all-time high hit so far in its few days of trading. That's around $152 for the stock. After that, I think we're just looking at psychological levels, $175, $200, those sort of barriers. On the downside, the 12th of November low was around $125. $100 is probably a psychological level. And after that, the lowest it's been since it started trading, since it IPO'd, is $95. So let's just have a quick look at the charts, have a look at the trend. We'll have a look at some short-term charts and look at the performance of Rivian so far. Rivian's only been around as a publicly traded company for just under a week now. Came to the market the 10th of November. The shares started trading around the $100 mark, something like that. And here we are at the time of recording, up at $148. So we don't have that much data to go on so far, but I thought let's do an update. Let's talk a bit about the story for Rivian, what the market might be expecting, come back and have a quick look at the charts and see where it might go next. So trying to figure out medium to longer term views when we've only got about 5 days worth of data, not even that, is perhaps somewhat optimistic. But I thought let's take a look at the short term trading for Rivian since it came to the market. So it started over here, the 10th of November. Something of a wobble on the first day, perhaps something of a weaker close than where it had traded. But since then, it hasn't really looked back. Just yesterday, we saw the stock price move to the best levels since it came to the market, trading up to $152. I think we're looking at a very short-term chart here. It's a 5-minute candlestick chart. I think if we did see the stock perhaps getting knocked back to where it was the 12th of November, around 124, 128, that sort of zone, we could maybe see some shorter-term traders and shorter-term buyers come out. But as I say, doesn't make too much sense to go into it too much depth when we're looking at the short-term chart. Great trend for now since the debut. For now, at least, it does feel as if investors and traders happy to buy the dips. We'll come back to it when we've got a bit more data. That's it for this update. As I say, there's not too much to be gleaned from the technicals and the charts at the moment because we don't have that much data. We'll come back to it, though, in the weeks ahead. See how it's performing. See if this enthusiasm has continued or has it come back down to earth a little bit. We'll take a look. But for now, we'll leave things there. So from me, David Jones and Capital.com, good luck with your investing. For more trading videos just like this, please subscribe to our channel.